Early life and beginnings. Denis Law, born on February 24, 1940, in Hawick, Scotland, was destined for greatness from an early age. Raised in a working-class family, Law's passion for football developed in the streets of his hometown. He was the son of a miner, and like many boys in Scotland at the time, football was not just a pastime but a lifeline. Law's natural ability was apparent from the start. He joined the local team, Hawick Welfare, where his talent quickly caught the attention of scouts. At 15, Law was spotted by Manchester City and moved to England to join their youth ranks. His early days at City were marked by hard work and a relentless desire to improve. While his potential was clear, Law's journey was not straightforward. In his early years at Manchester City, he found himself struggling to break into the first team, but by the 1958-59 season, Law's performances in the youth ranks were impossible to ignore, and he made his debut for Manchester City at the age of 18. Rise at Manchester City. Law's time at Manchester City was short but significant. After a few years of development, Law became an integral part of the team. His debut season in 1959 saw him score consistently, showcasing his lethal finishing ability and the technical quality that would define his career. Law was not just a striker, he was a versatile forward, capable of playing as a center forward or a more creative attacking player. His movement, pace, and intelligence made him a constant threat to defenders. His performances caught the attention of Manchester United, and in 1962, after just 3 years with City, Law moved across town to join their bitter rivals. The transfer was a monumental moment in his career, marking the start of his legendary journey at Old Trafford. The move to Manchester United and early success. Denis Law joined Manchester United in 1962, and his arrival heralded the beginning of a new era for both the player and the club. At that time, Manchester United was in the midst of rebuilding following the tragic Munich air disaster of 1958. The club had suffered the loss of key players like Roger Byrne and Bobby Charlton, and their fortunes had taken a hit. But under Matt Busby, Manchester United was slowly starting to rise again, and Law was the man they needed. In his first season at United, Law immediately made his mark. He had an uncanny ability to find the back of the net and quickly established himself as one of the best strikers in the league. His combination of speed, agility, and clinical finishing made him a nightmare for defenders. In his first season alone, he scored an impressive 26 goals in all competitions, cementing his reputation as a prolific forward. By 1965, Law had helped Manchester United win the First Division title, marking the club's first league championship in 7 years. His goal-scoring exploits, combined with the resurgence of players like Bobby Charlton and George Best, meant that United were back on top in English football. Law's ability to create goals out of nothing was invaluable, and he quickly became the star of the team. The peak of his career. Winning the European Cup. The 1960s were the defining years of Denis Law's career, and his time at Manchester United saw him rise to international prominence. In 1964, Law won the prestigious Ballon d'Or, an acknowledgement of his incredible form and status as one of the world's best players. He had established himself not just as a goal-scorer but as a complete forward who could lead a team, make incisive passes, and link up play in a way that was rare for a striker. Manchester United's success in the 1960s culminated in their triumph in the 1968 European Cup, the club's first-ever victory in the prestigious competition. After a dramatic run in the tournament, which saw them defeat Real Madrid and Benfica, United defeated Eusebio's Benfica 4-1 in the final, a match that remains one of the high points in the club's history. Though Law had missed out on the final due to injury, he had played a crucial role in United's progress to the final and was instrumental in their victory in the league that season. The 1968 European Cup win was the pinnacle of Law's club career, and it firmly entrenched him as one of the greatest players of his generation. At Manchester United, he had become a hero, admired not only for his goals but also for his leadership and commitment on the pitch. Injuries and decline. Despite his success, Law's career was marred by injuries, particularly to his knee. By the early 1970s, his body was starting to show the toll of his playing style. In 973, after 11 years at Manchester United, Law moved to Italy to play for Torino in Serie A. His time in Italy was brief, and though he performed well, the constant physical demands of the game were beginning to wear him down. After a year in Italy, Law returned to Manchester United in 1974, but by now, he was no longer the player he once was. The years of injury and wear took their toll, and Law found himself struggling to regain his previous form. Despite this, he remained a key figure at United for a few more seasons, playing a pivotal role in the club's efforts to stay in the first division after their relegation in 1974. Retirement and international career. After leaving Manchester United in 1974, Law had a brief stint at Manchester City once again, where he played for a final season before announcing his retirement from professional football. He left behind a legacy as one of the best and most respected players in the history of English football. On the international stage, Law also had a distinguished career with the Scottish national team. He earned 55 caps and scored 30 goals for his country, representing Scotland at multiple international tournaments, including the 1962 World Cup. Though Scotland never won a major international trophy during Law's tenure, his individual performances for his national team were highly regarded.